Okay, so I don't know how popular this is gonna be, but here is part 5 for What If Goku is the legendary Super Saiyan. So one of my very good fans and supporters asked for the series, and I of course had to make the next part since he's a very good fan, a very good supporter of mine. So I always like making videos for you guys. So here's the next part for What If Goku is the legendary Super Saiyan. It's been a while, but yeah, I hope you enjoy. So we see the Z fighters fly off towards planet Namek, and they land and they see Frieza doing his usual thing, conquering the planet, attacking innocent people, and just being a bad person in general. And no one is able to stop him at the moment, but everyone springs out into action to stop this threat. Vegeta and Nappa also land around this time. So what happened really is Goku, I don't think anything really changed in the original, like with Goku having a child and all that. So Gohan sees what's happening on the planet and then saves the Namekian child as usual, since they all split up. So Gohan was with Krillin as the normal story. So then Gohan is much stronger since he's the son of the legendary Super Saiyan after all. So then in his rage boost he hits Dodori, and Dodori is damaged after that hit, like he's weak. So Frieza sends Zarbon against them. So Zarbon is almost catching up to them, but they manage to regroup with Raditz, and Raditz, in his anger for Zarbon, springs into a fight against Zarbon and ends up winning the fight. So that's good. And then after that, Goku travels straight to Frieza, like he doesn't want to waste any time, but he gets caught up by the Grandmaster Guru, who calls him Goku, Vegeta, Bardock, and Raditz, and the other Z fighters. They all meet up in Guru's house, and Guru decides to unlock their potential one by one. So they unlock Goku, Vegeta's, and Raditz first, and as they were unlocking Bardock's, Frieza came outside as he saw the power that increased on the sculptures. So Frieza then gets into a fight with Raditz and Vegeta, as Goku actually still had extra potential that Guru had not unlocked, and Guru had to unlock it a second time just to get it all out. So they're doing well against Frieza, since Frieza's in his first form, and they force Frieza to transform into his second and third form, and eventually to his final form. In the final form at 50% is where they start struggling with all, since Frieza is much more powerful, and Frieza dominates them in the state and knocks them down to the ground and almost kills them, until Goku comes and sees what's happening. Goku, not wanting to waste any time, after his second potential unlock, goes with Bardock to fight against Frieza, and they beat him up, and he's about to be defeated until he goes into 90% of his power, which is where they start struggling as Frieza beats them up, and it's gonna be hard to win against them until Goku then he uses legendary Super Saiyan and defeats this fool called Frieza. But what he didn't know is that as he was about to kill him, another arm comes and stops him. And we see King Cool and Cooler, who were cooled as soon as Frieza sensed this high power. So King Cool and Cooler got cooled towards this fight, and they came with two unexpected people, two different Saiyans, which is Paragus and Broly, who were sent to fight. And on top of this, there was another Saiyan who they brought, who looked like Goku but was different, and he went by the name Turles. Turles then throws a fruit towards Frieza and says, "Eat this, you'll feel better." And it's a fruit of might, as Frieza eats it and gets so much more powerful. And there's no way they can stop these guys at this rate. They're so powerful at this point in the story. And they get battered, bruised, and beaten. everyone, even Goku. His legendary state seeming not to be enough since he was trying to control it and it was not at its full potential. Until Frieza does the unspeakable, lifts Krillin into the sky, blows him up. And after this, King Cold stabs his hand right through Raditz's heart, killing him. And Cooler chokes Nappa with his tail and snaps his neck. This triggering a transformation in all the other Saiyans. As Gohan gets his legendary Super Saiyan form, Goku gets legendary Super Saiyan grade 2, the next evolution of his form. Bardock and Vegeta getting Super Saiyan, and they spring into action against these foes, each of them trying to hold their own against these Saiyans, but they stand no chance in their anger. Cooler is swiftly killed by Vegeta and Bardock and Gohan as they team up on Cooler and kill him. On top of this, Broly is just standing looking at what's going on as he has not heard the name that he hates the most. So everyone is beating. So at this moment, Broly is just sitting down and watching the fight, unaware on what's happening. And King Cold is almost defeated until he sees Frieza getting killed and he gets scared. He knows what's gonna happen if he doesn't let everyone else fight. So Turles and Broly are called into the fight. Turles is so much stronger than usual. And Broly was seeing the fight, but he didn't recognize everyone since he was at a distance. But Vegeta said something, and it triggered Broly. He said, Turles, why do you look like Kakarot? And as soon as Broly heard Kakarot, he sprang into action, his hair turning green. He wants all of the problems right now. As Broly stands up and starts fighting everyone with Goku's hair. He beats up Bardock, he beats up Turles to a pulp, and he's now in battle against Goku. Broly, being insane, has a power advantage, but Goku is not giving in. Goku gets more powerful and more powerful as he loses control and he starts fighting against Broly. Broly versus Goku is such a close fight that it's hard to tell who is winning until Goku starts getting the upper hand due to his potential boost starting to kick in, and Goku starts beating Broly and he wins the fight, and he kills Broly in his anger and kills Paragus also. Turles being the survivor with King Cold as they both flee for their lives. Goku then goes ham on the planet, almost killing the inhabitants, until Gohan manages to knock his father in the head, knocking him out, since Gohan's legendary Super Saiyan power was very strong. But Gohan was just barely controlling it, as he managed to switch off the transformation and fell unconscious. So since the foes were defeated, everyone was let to go in peace, and they went back home peacefully at the moment until we see a future warrior come, which is future Trunks, asking for help with the androids and telling them about the androids that will come in 3 years. Since everyone is much more powerful, they decide to find Dr. Gero early in the scenario, and they go to Dr. Gero's lab and they kill Dr. Gero, and they then take the androids to reprogram them, making them good. After 3 years pass, Trunks comes back and Goku has taken his heart medicine, so he's better now. And they tell Trunks about what happened, to which Trunks is shocked, but he doesn't mind since everything's better now. And everything's good until Cell comes and absorbs the good androids and becomes perfect, and he fights the good android. He fights the Z fighters and almost wins, until Goku uses his powers and everyone gangs up on Cell basically, which causes them to win against Cell and they kill him for good. after this, really nothing major happens, I would say, for the next few years. But on the third or fourth year, Goku was testing out his powers and flexing it. And the Supreme Kai came early, and on top of this, Beerus wakes up and flies towards the planet. This means that Beerus comes much earlier than usual. So I'll leave it off here for now, and I hope you enjoyed. So I've not had as much time since I'm at school, but I'll try and make it work. So thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.